Xfinity is howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though, and wide left to the lane back. Chris Litter trying to back out underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Driver goes to Gary Lowe. Gary Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move right out to the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the through out of the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Nakashima, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang out, the buffets singing out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Chris, and I am sitting here with Rick. We're getting ready to bring you the very last race of the season for the Relentless Racing Series. They're Xfinity cars, Rick, and it's been a long, long season. Champion already crowned. And all we got left to do for tonight is battle for the last race glory. And man, it's gonna be a good race. The cars are a little on the tight side, we're being told. We got stage racing, and best of all, guys, it's the end of the week. Happy Friday, Rick. Happy Friday to you.
Thanks, brother. Happy Friday to you also.
It's gonna be a good race, man. I'm kind of jazzed for this one. These guys kind of did something a little special on a couple of paint schemes. We're gonna hold off on showing you those until qualifying, I guess. Qualifying is about 6 minutes from now, and Rick, like I said, we've already got a season champion. Congratulations to James Miller. He pulled it off, and he had a really fantastic season, very consistent, always running in the top 5. It seemed very seldom did he have an actual incident where he finished outside of those top 5 spots.
You're absolutely right, Chris. He had a really good season, and that was the end. So congratulations. Yeah, but this race is going to be good, man. This one's been marked on my calendar for quite a while, and I think these guys are going to have a really good time.
Yeah, I think so too. And I want to go ahead and again apologize for last week's tech problems. Hopefully this week we have much better sound ready to go here again for the Relentless Racing Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you all very much for coming in and spending a little bit of time with Chris and Rick up here again in the booth and ready to go. And we got a new overlay. It's looking good. It's telling me it's kind of warm out there, Rick. 87 degrees, 10-mile-per-hour winds out of the southeast, about 1% humidity. It's partly cloudy, and some of these guys hanging out on pit road. But man, it's going to be a good race. We've got more cars than we've had in the last few races getting set to go here tonight, and that's always a pleasant thing to see. Rick, I don't know if you've had a chance to kind of look down at the cars yet, but I'll tell you when you do, you can see that I think I'm not going to overstep bounds, but I think we're appreciated.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Chris. I have looked at a few of them here. I'm still trying to work. I mean, as you know, fresh install and everything, there's a few things that I forgot this week. But those cars, man, there's some really cool things, and we really do appreciate it, guys, what you do. For us here, you know, it's been a long season. We started this back in January, Chris. So here we are, man. It's been a long, and we've had some good races along the way.
Unbelievably long season coming to an end here tonight in Homestead, Miami. It is, again, almost 90 degrees out there, and that track temperature way up from there. We got some names, Rick, we haven't seen in a little while. Back out on track, getting ready to go. And one car I wanted to, this one I had to point out. This one's pretty cool. Rick, I don't know if you even have Trading Paints up and running yet, bud, but Troy Leonard. I think he's running the gauntlet on the Coke flavors.
Well, you know, there was something that was cool all season long. Troy Leonard, you know, had multiple different Coke cars out there, Chris, and I think this one kind of tops it all. I mean, it just added them all together, and I think that looked really good out there on the number 45 tonight.
It looks pretty cool. I think he's got every flavor. The only thing I don't see still, Troy, I don't see it decaffeinated.
No, that's the yellow, bro. I mean, it's a gold garbage water color.
Oh, man. My Diet Coke flavored water.
I mean, caffeine, some caffeine's good for you, bro. You know, I mean, chocolate, good for you. Tea, good for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 2.5 minutes left to go. And again, this is the last race here on Turn 3 Racing Network for a Friday night for a little while, as the Relentless Racing Series is going to be folding it up for the season. And we'll be looking forward to seeing what they plan on doing come next year. If anything, Rick, we haven't really heard.
Yeah, you know, it's been kind of quiet there. I mean, like I said, you know, Chris, you and I, we've been owners and running leagues before. And, you know, when you come off a long season like this, it's always kind of nice to kind of step back, take a couple weeks off, try to figure out. I mean, I'm sure, you know, these guys have been thinking about what they want to do, but right now everything's here on the championship race. Now, everybody was waiting to get to this one race here. And And now that they're finally here, I think, a couple days off, a week or two, and then we'll start seeing something. But yeah, nothing new out of the Relentless Racing Series camp yet.
So again, just want to make sure everybody can hear everybody. Audio cut and guys stop talking. Oh, really? Okay, well, we'll have to just keep talking some more, I guess. No, we can bump that up a little bit. That's fine. Just got to make sure to talk over it, that's all. That should do it right there. Thank you, for pointing that out. Always happy to fine-tune the adjustments for those people who are willing to come on out on a Friday night, end the week strong here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. 55 seconds left to go, Rick, and this practice session has definitely shown these cars are a little tight out there, and probably a lot of that to do with the weather. Checkered flag about to wave over the practice session. Into qualifying we'll go, and then we're going to get them up and get ready to go. Checkered flag waving over the field. We get set to go qualifying. Who's going to be out? Moment here. A little bit. Ooh, big temperature spike between the changes between practice and qualifying, up to 103 degrees as Samuel Garcia makes his way out onto the track. Number 50, Sam Garcia out there going to try and be the first one to qualify. Zachary Taylor out as well on track, so we'll be watching for him as well. So it's Garcia, Taylor out on track. Problem there out of the Garcia camp as he got into the wall. We switch over to Zachary Taylor. Taylor right now trying to get himself qualified. Taylor at 32, 3, 5, 4 for his lap. Let's see if that works out. We'll see. Everything was working fine during practice, so little changes here and there. We'll get it through it. I'm pretty sure of that. Between Rick and I, we'll be able to talk and get all the action out there. Zachary Taylor all set with qualifying. We go over Thomas Wagner. Wagner stops. But couldn't hold on to the car and starting over. Ooh, he scrubs the wall again to Zachary Taylor. Thomas Wagner working his way back out onto the track. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are watching on the phone or watching on the computer. Let's see. We'll get it situated before the end of this one, but right now everything should be working just fine as we're on board with the 43 of Thomas Wagner. Wagner getting set to qualify. Nate Stewart in the 13 right now takes over the pole at 32-104 as Thomas Wagner crosses the start-finish line, getting ready for his hot lap. Wagner conspicuous a little bit by his absence last week, but back out on track this week. I understand he worked one point out of the 43. Tires are louder when I'm talking. Okay. Well, I definitely want them to be loud, though I don't want them to be too loud. So we'll see if that adjustment makes any difference at all. Right now, of course, watching Wagner, and he is off the throttle. Over to Adrian Pedro. Pedro in the 7-8 has won a race this season in the 7-8, now looking to qualify. Wagner was able to pick up a 32-348, good enough for second spot, or excuse me, third spot. Just fine-tuning the sounds just a little bit, guys. This is a little bit frustrating for me because it was working perfectly fine during practice, so without changing anything, here we are.
You know, one of the toughest things too, Chris, is that both of us have new hardware to play with, so could be some of the issue, but from what I'm hearing on the broadcast, everything sounds good.
Turn you up a little bit. It sounds like nothing where I'm setting anyway. We are going stereo. That may have a little bit of an effect here. We're broadcasting in stereo tonight. Actually, broadcasting in stereo every night now. That change has been made. Adrian Pedra, good enough for second spot at 32-061 as we check out James Miller in the 09 car. That's not right. These guys are messing with me, changing their numbers around at the end of the season. Jeffrey Fisher out on track. He's a little bit in front of Miller on the track, so we'll go with him, and he takes a fourth spot, a 32-149 as he wraps it up. And then we go back to Miller. Miller, the season champion. Congratulations once again, James Miller, season champion tonight. Driving a little bit of a different paint scheme. Again, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But James Miller out there to qualify. Nothing more to win this year except for this race, and you know he would like to.
Yeah, he definitely would, Chris. I mean, how cool would that be to be able to do that? I mean, you know that you're already the season champion. Come in, finish strong. I mean, Mr. Miller had a really strong season, and, you know, just to top it off, I think winning here tonight at Homestead would be really cool.
James Miller out on track and picking up a second place starting spot so far, 32-054. For James Miller in the 09. Couple of guys out on track besides him. We'll get to them in just a moment as Miller unable to beat the... Oh, he does actually. He beats it by a little bit, 32-061. Moves him up to second spot for Miller. Go back to the guy we haven't seen in a little while, Rick. It's going to be Matt Gruenberg. Gruenberg in the number 90, and you see a little glimpse of that paint job that I was talking about with several drivers out there that are running that, and guys, we can't thank you enough for that. We appreciate that. Very kind. Gruenberg, first lap out, takes over the pole, 31.777. So he beats everybody by about 0.2 of a second. A pretty good run right there. Still got another lap to go, Rick. And Gruenberg, very, very fast, man. 31.777. Second lap, a little bit slower, 32.058. Coming back to earth just a little bit is Gruenberg. And we check out Christopher Tate in the 24. That's the U.S. Air Force. Number 24 looks like he is qualified in fourth spot. We'll do that in just a moment. Hey, I understand it's hard. I've got to make a change. I can do that, but not while I'm trying to bring you the action. So since everybody's pretty much qualified, I think that's going to. I'm going to make that change, and we're going to right now. All right, I swear we're going to get through this one, but it is time to grid up the cars. And on the pole tonight, the number 90, it's Matt Gruenberg. To his outside, going to be the number 50, driven by Samuel Garcia. Inside, second row, your points champion this season, it's going to be James Miller in the 09. On his outside, the 24 of Christopher Tate. Adrian Pedra going to be starting on the inside, row number 3, in his number 78 with Troy Leonard to his outside. Nate Stewart going to be starting 7th on the field in his number 13 with Jeffrey Fisher to his outside in the 06. Thomas Wagner going to be starting his number 43 in 9th position. Zachary Taylor going to be on his outside running in 10th. Louis Asardo going to be starting in 11th position. Jeff Price in the number 39 going to be starting in 12th. Derek Garrison, Andrew Beach making up the next row. And Joshua Kane going to end the field starting in 15th position. Guys, we're going to get ready to go right now here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Hopefully sounds are better. They are what they are at this point. I can't do much more during the race. And Rick, these cars, they're looking good out there. They're looking like they're ready to roll.
And ready to roll they are, Chris. I mean, it's been a long season. It all comes down to tonight. We already have a champion, but who is going to take the checkered flag here at Homestead, Miami? We're about to find out.
Big time. Here we go. Number 90, Matt Gruenberg, hard on that gas pedal. You saw him step out just a little bit. That's with fresh tires. but Gruenberg able to hold on, and here comes James Miller battling it out for second place. James Miller trying to hold on with Samuel Garcia. Garcia to the outside. Garcia is in the number 50, trying to defend position. The 09 of James Miller cannot get by, falls in place in third. Behind him, it's Christopher Tate. Hopefully we got the sounds working just a little bit better for you guys. Sounds to me like things are just a little bit louder than I want them to be, but like I said, we've got what we've got. We're going to keep on going for the night. Nate Stewart in the 13, running in 5th spot as we are under caution for the first time here tonight. We're going to have to go back. Oh, it looks like Adrian Pedra in the 78 may have gotten a piece of it. We'll go back and take it. Pedra to the outside, gets in the wall. Oh, he goes around. He is collected in by the 5. Zachary Taylor got a little piece of him, and the 78 scrubbing into the inside wall, Rick. A little bit of damage to that 78 early on in this one.
That's kind of unfortunate, Chris. That DC Solar number 78 looked really sharp out there on track. Right now, it's beat up just a little bit.
Well, you never know what's going to happen here. Adrian Pedra has won a race here on a Friday night, so he knows how to get around these tracks, but the damage may be done. This is a drafting type racetrack, and that kind of damage definitely can shut down the ability to draft. Thomas Wagner going to stay out on track and take up the top spot as every other lead lap driver coming down pit road. So the 43 out there in front as pit stops are finishing up. Got a lot of cars on pit road getting their service done, right sides and left sides. And the 13, Nate Stewart, back out on track. Matt Gruenberg going to take up 3rd spot, Christopher Tate 4th, Zachary Taylor 5th, Baker going to be 6th spot. Pace car goes off track. We're getting ready to go back green. Thomas Wagner on the pole, getting it going first. Thomas Wagner, your race leader.
Wagner wasting no time, Chris, to do that restart there, but he's got some pressure. That's going to be the number 13 in the 90. Nate Stewart in the 13, Matt Gruenberg in the 90. Gruenberg goes down onto the inside, Chris. He's trying to look to see what he can do there for Wagner. It looks like he might be able to have him as they come down through. Nate Stewart looking to go pretty wide, but he decided against it, Chris. He moved down and back into the back bumper of the 43, and there goes the 90 of Gruenberg on the inside. Here comes the 24 also, Christopher Tate. Seventh, getting a little pressure right now by the 09 of James Miller. Miller on the outside right now. Here comes the 28 of Joshua Kane. They're looking to go maybe 3 wide here as they press their inside right now.
Gruenberg up in the 90 car, has himself a lead over Thomas Wagner in the 43. Wagner has a deficit of about a second right now. I think we should be starting to get a little bit better on the sound, Rick. I don't know. You know, like I said, we work on this stuff all the time. It comes to race time and boom, it's not working. But anyways, I think we got a little bit better right now. Hopefully everybody can hear everything that's going on, and we'll try and keep it going just like this. But it is Matt Gruenberg up front, and Nate Stewart able to take over second spot. Thomas Wagner falling backwards because the 24 just able to get around him too. Very tight track. Look how close to the wall they were. Christopher Tate, Thomas Wagner just about driving themselves into the wall. Behind them, it's going to be Troy Leonard. Leonard looking to try and join the top 4 as he is starting to catch the 4th place runner of Thomas Wagner, and Troy Leonard looks like he's going to go down to the inside. Troy Leonard takes over 4th spot from Thomas Wagner, and that leaves Christopher Tate in 3rd still. Tate just ahead. About 0.3 of a second. Troy Leonard is having a good time out there in his number 45. Rick, Troy Leonard, that car looking good, and we are under caution. Lap 13. Matt Gruenberg up top. Nate Stewart in the 13, running in 2nd. Christopher Tate in the 24, running in 3rd. Troy Leonard, 4th spot. Thomas Wagner in 5th. Miller has fallen back to 6th position. Joshua Kane behind him in the number 28, running 7th. Sam Garcia comes down pit road in 8th spot. Zachary Taylor, 9th. Derek Garrison running in 10th spot. Jeffrey Fisher is 11th. Jeffrey Price is in 12th position. Andrew Beach and Adrian Pedra, followed by Louis Asardo, rounding out the field. Asardo decides he's going to stay out on track. And looks like we may have yet another bit of an issue here. So a little bit of a battle off from pit road, and it looks like Thomas Wagner gonna beat everybody off pit road that was down there. Matt Gruenberg gonna come out in second spot. Nate Stewart in the 13 gonna be restarting in fourth. Luis Sardo looks like he is coming down pit road now, probably to deal with some of the damage to the left front of that number 18 car. And we have changed the front row yet again. It's going to be Thomas Wagner, Matt Gruenberg picking up the front row, clearly followed by Nate Stewart in the 13, Troy Leonard in the 45. James Miller going to restart in fifth spot with Samuel Garcia behind him. Yeah, these guys are getting ready to go already. Still got about half a lap to go before they go back under the green flag as the caution lights are off on the pace car. That Porsche pace car leading the way around Miami. Homestead Miami Stadium. You'll get it right, Chris. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So, guys, I said we were dealing with yet another little bit of an issue. Rick's mic has stopped working, so he may need to, I don't know, reboot or something. We'll see. He's working on it. As long as you can hear what's going on in the race, I guess it's okay right now. Although I would like to have a little backup trick, so get that thing fixed. The 43, Thomas Wagner, going to be restarting on the inside, and that's going to put Gruenberg to the outside. These guys do have lane choice, and the 43 decides, hey, I'm going to start on the inside. It's kind of been working for me so far. These guys are looking to go back to the green as the as the pace car comes off, and the go pedals have been pressed. The 43 with a good jump. It's going to leave the 90 to the outside. Nate Stewart trying to follow the 43. Cannot do. Oh, no, he goes way low. The guys are going to be looking 3 wide maybe. As Thomas Wagner was in the middle. The 13 looked down to the inside, thought better of it. Now is working with the 90, it looks like. The 43 and the 90 door to door. And here comes the 13 on the inside. Nate Stewart looking to try and take the lead. He does. What a move from Nate Stewart in the 13. The 9 gets into the wall. Holy cow, that move from Stewart was incredible. We've got him bunching up into the wall now. Looks like maybe Sam Garcia gets into the wall. That slows everybody down. We go under the caution. Jeffrey Fisher way slow on track. The 24, Christopher Tate getting involved. We're going to go back, take a look, see what happened. All right, we're looking at Jeffrey Fisher and Chris Tate. Fisher and Tate going at it side by side. Oh, no, he was. I'm sorry. Fisher was out in front. The 39 was there. That's Jeff Price on the inside. Jeff Price to the inside and Fisher to the outside. And Christopher Tate up into the wall. Trying to figure out exactly how Fisher got involved in this one. And there he is right there. Fisher heading down. Oh no, the 78. The 78, Adrian Pedra got into the 6 and around he goes. And the 24 and the 6 actually never make contact. Oh man. Back under the caution we go. Heading down pit road, all the lead lap drivers coming down, getting service done, except for the 90 and the 09. Gruenberg and James Miller staying out on track. That's okay with them. So it's going to be the 90 of Matt Gruenberg being followed by James Miller. Miller in the 09, just to throw things off on the last race of the season. James Miller deciding to change it all up on me. And those two cars deciding they're going to come down pit road. That'll give the lead back to Thomas Wagner when it all sorts out. Wagner in the 43 going to assume the lead as these cars coming down pit road. The 90 of Matt Gruenberg and the 9. Oh, big fake out. They stay out on track. Wicked fake out. Gruenberg was trying to get the 09 to commit, and James Miller didn't fall for it. Pace car lights are off. We're getting set to go back to the green flag. Wicked move right there from the 90 and the 09. That could have been just as bad as it was good right there. Here we are on lap 20 of 130, and we've got stage finishing lap 30 right around the corner. So these guys really trying to battle to be up front and win the stage. Although at this point, points aren't really being counted anymore. You know, they are for second, third, and fourth, but you know what's really on the line here is pride. Pride is on the line. And these guys definitely have that pride, want to race as hard as they can, every single lap that they can. And we got Matt Gruenberg right up front with James Miller. Thomas Wagner going to be starting on the inside, second row. Troy Leonard to the outside of that second row. The 28 of Joshua Kane is making his way up in the fifth spot. In the 5, Zachary Taylor outside third row. The pace car drops off onto the pit road, and here we go. Matt Gruenberg with a hell of a jump. Gruenberg taking off. Now the battle for second spot. Can the 43 try and take it over from the 09 of James Miller? Thomas Wagner to the inside. Good run out of the 43. Will it stick to the... Yes, it does. So Thomas Wagner sticks it, going down the backstretch, and now the 09 looking to battle back. The 09 drops down a little bit lower. The 28, Joshua Kane, has to be careful. The 09 trying to take it over, but the 28... Joshua Kane making a move. Joshua Kane making that move to the inside. Goes door to door with the 09 of James Miller. Joshua Kane has him by about a car length right now. And Troy Leonard following him through. Troy Leonard in the 45 gets back into the top 5. Outside row, Zachary Taylor trying to push the 09 back towards the front. And the 5 releases. We go 3 wide through the corner. The 43 of Thomas Wagner into the wall, scrubs a bunch of speed and losing positions. Thomas Wagner back to third, but being challenged by James Miller. Miller has him by a nose. Troy Leonard falls in behind. Leonard in fifth spot in the 45. To his outside of 24, Christopher Tate. Zachary Taylor pushing hard on the back bumper of the 45, but the 5 decides to let it go and move up to the outside. So now the 5 of Zachary Taylor may be setting up to work with the 24, Christopher Tate. Heavy action right here in the middle of the pack. Oh, Nathan, that's too bad, but you had a pretty good car out there tonight. Definitely one of the more exciting moves of the race. But, hey, thanks for coming out and racing tonight. It was fun watching you while we could. Big time pack right here. The 43 running in third spot. The 45 trying to take it over. 43 scrubs the wall. Here comes the 45. Troy Leonard trying to take over third spot. Lap number 27 being worked right now. Lap 30 is going to be the end of the stage. Matt Gruenberg out front all by himself, about a second gap between himself and the 28 of Joshua Kane. And then we come to this cluster of cars. The 43 running in third. Now the 45 gets ahead of steam. Here comes Troy Leonard trying to take it over. He's got some help. The 5, Zachary Taylor, also getting past the 43. Here comes the 9, James Miller. Miller trying to find a way around the 43. The 45 up into the wall hard. Way slow now, 3 wide in the corner. Down the backstretch, these 4 cars go. The battle is right here. Zachary Taylor has taken over third spot. Christopher Cate looking on the inside. Here comes James Miller right behind those 2, and he is trying to figure out a lane to go. Christopher Cate holding on strong now, holding the 4th spot, and he is moving in on the 5 of Zachary Taylor. Taylor maybe seeing a big old Air Force car right in his rearview mirror as the 24 inches closer. We're working lap 29. Next lap by will be the caution for the stage. And Matt Gruenberg takes it, and he had a hell of a gap there. 1.4 seconds at the caution. Guys, we're going to take a quick timeout, see if we can't fix a couple of things, and we'll be right back.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though. Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe. Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the parabolic. That's beautifully done there. Makashube, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
All right, guys. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but yeah, it's getting bad. Stream actually went down. Now I've got it back up, I believe. Had to switch a couple of things, and I'm still working on getting iRacing sounds back, so that's something. Oh, lordy. Pace car lights are off, and Rick, I still am not hearing you, so whatever is going on is definitely affecting that communication. Oh, lordy. Gotta love it. Got to love it here on race day. Well, we're going to work on it. That's all I can say. Pace car's off, 90 taken off. And this is way more fun when there's sound. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, I'm going to keep working on this for just a moment, guys. I'm going to pause myself or at least mute myself. And we're going to try and get this back for you here in just a moment. We're going to keep this going, and we'll be right back. told you I would figure it out. The only thing I don't know is if Rick can hear me. I can hear Rick, but right now, at the very least, we've got this thing running, and we're gonna hide the dirty little background here. We don't need to see that anymore. And Rick, I don't know, but we're gonna work on this one after the stream tonight because this is no good. But at least we have it running. And it seems like it's running okay. So we're gonna go for it here. And Rick, Bud, I don't know. Hopefully it is working, and it's not just what I'm hearing, but what you're hearing as well. Here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, had a little bit of an issue. We're on lap 40. We're under caution. And we've got Matt Gruenberg, Lulia Sardo sitting on the front row. And Gruenberg with a hell of a start. He launches that car. Lulia Sardo is under attack by the 28 of Joshua Kane. Guys, again, I believe this is working. If you could just let me know in chat, that would be great. I know that you can't hear Rick, and neither can I, so there's something going on there as well, but we'll figure that out when we can. I'm gonna actually take a look at something while we're broadcasting as the 28 holding on to the second spot. Definitely got something going on here, but it's better than it was, so we're going to go with it, guys. And we've got Matt Gruenberg up front. He's being followed by Joshua Kane. The gap right now, about a second back to Joshua Kane. Zachary Taylor in the 5 car. He has gotten himself around Luis Sardo. Sardo is sitting in the 18th spot. In 5th spot, it's going to be Jeff Price in the 39. Thomas Wagner back to 6th spot. The 43 looking to move himself forward, as is the 09. The 78, Adrian Pedro. We saw him involved in the very first caution. Looks like he's had some repairs done, and the 78 is moving back forward. So it looks like this is going to be the place to watch for a little while as Troy Leonard down to the inside of the 78. Leonard in the 45 looking to try and get it done. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Out in chat. With your patience, I love it. I love you all. I really do. Turn 3 Racing Network, trying to get it all straightened out. Eventually, by God, we're going to do it too. Jeffrey Fisher is sitting in 10th spot. He's on the lead lap. A little bit of damage done to that car. He's got his fast repair still, so he's not out of the mix yet. And it doesn't seem to be affecting the speed all that much, although this is a drafting track. Most of the damage to the back of it. So Christopher Tate is actually running an 11th spot. The 24 hanging out back there. Andrew Beach in the 27 running 12th. Derek Garrison in the 11 looking like he's a little beat up in that car. The 11 running in 13th spot. Still on the lead lap though. Daniel Garcia sitting in 14th spot off the pace obviously. The 50 trying to hold on though and get it back towards the front, maybe on the lead lap here as he hits the white line. That's no man's land down there. Matt Gruenberg up front by a mile, 1.7 seconds over Joshua Kane. Gruenberg getting it done. Joshua Kane sitting in 2nd spot. He got Zachary Taylor right behind him, and I was just thinking, boy, oh boy, I've got to get this fixed or I won't be able to do post-race interviews. That said, Jeffrey Price in the 39 running in 4th spot. He's got a little bit of a ways to make it to get to 3rd place. Zachary Taylor in the 5. Jeffrey Price holding it on. Behind him, it's the 18. That's Luis Sardo. He is rounding out the top 5, but the 43 of Thomas Wagner really starting to get to that back bumper. Wagner maybe looking for a way around the 18 very, very soon as he is finding some speed here into this run. These guys were on pit road just 9 laps ago. We're on lap 47 of 130. Next stage will end at lap 60. And these guys really starting to get it on now. 45, Troy Leonard still running that Diet Coke. Multiple themes though, and I think Rick was right earlier on. I think maybe that little bit of yellow there may just happen to be for the caffeine-free folks like me. Oh, 43 with a huge blink, and look at the damage. We don't even know if it's true or not. That's the big thing. This could just be iRacing throwing it out there that he's got that kind of damage, but the 43, huge amounts of damage. The back end of that car gone, the front end of that car gone. Unbelievable damage. And the 45 getting around. And the fact that Wagner is able to pull up like that is telling me that it's just the animation. I don't think the damage is quite that bad, but man, oh man, does it look horrible out there on track. Christopher Tate in the 24, he is leading the next group of cars. He's running in 7th spot. He's got James Miller, Louis Asaro right behind him. In 10th place, rounding it out, it's going to be Andrew Beach. Beach has got the 78. Adrian Pedra right behind him. Pedra running in 11th spot. Jeffrey Fisher maintaining in 12th. Derek Garrison in the 11, obviously beat up, but the 11 still getting around the track. Derek Garrison running 13th. Samuel Garcia running in 14th position in his number 50, and he is 2 laps down right now. Matt Gruenberg still your race leader, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the fact that we have audio, and we're going to crank it up. That is too much fun watching to crank it up here on a Friday night. These guys getting around this track very, very quickly. We're watching Troy Leonard currently sitting in 4th spot. He's got 3rd place. Just ahead of him, Jeffrey Price in the number 39 behind Leonard. It's Zachary Taylor. Taylor running in 5th spot. Christopher Tate right there with him, running in 6th position. James Miller in the 09, running in 7th position. Andrew Beach running in 8th as we are under caution once again. Gonna have to go back and take a look, find out what happened. And it looks like it may have been on Thomas Wagner, the 43. He gets into the wall. Able to get away from it though. That's definitely not enough to bring out a caution. Normally we are on lap 59, so Matt Gruenberg gonna win this next stage once again. Gruenberg on mission tonight. And yeah, that is something else. So 2 stages down, we're on lap number 59. Honestly, we're going to be working lap 60, so they're calling this one the stage, I'm sure. Tonight has been kind of a blast. We've had audio issues. Those seem to be corrected with the exception of Rick. We've had all kinds of other issues. We've had cautions. We've had lead changes. And the man up front, Matt Gruenberg, bringing his 90 machine down pit road. Christopher Tate stays out on track. Christopher Tate gonna stay out there and see if he can't get it done. Or maybe he's just trying to lead a lap. We'll find out right around the corner. Gonna take a quick timeout. You're under caution. And the 24 deciding he's going to come down and get those fresh tires and fuel. Matt Gruenberg going to resume the lead. We are continuing to work on trying to get Rick Morris working here in team speed once again. So the 90 out there leading the race as we are trying to get through the last race of the season. We're on lap 61 of 130. Trying to get it done here.
Hello?
Hey, there's Rick. Holy gosh, we got
Oh, hey, so it is on your end. That's okay. I mean, Dale Jr.'s called me, NBC's called me, Fox. I don't know.
You've had all of those companies call you?
While I was broadcasting, yeah, because everybody can hear me but you, so, and the screen. I don't know.
Well, I think it's all back to working now. We had to just make a couple minor, all right, slightly more than minor changes, but here we are.
Are the sounds back now or no?
Yeah, they are. I know they are. It's been an interesting night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, but we have it all back up and running. And you know what? I want to thank everybody for coming out on a Friday night, ending your work week. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we're following the Relentless Racing Series, and I'm not going to
I know you like the glory, bro, so it's all good, you know? That's how things work.
These guys getting ready to go back under the green flag as the pace car lights are off, are lined up 2 by 2, getting ready to go. We've got Matt Gruenberg. He's going to restart this one as the race leader on the outside. And Joshua Kane going to restart on the inside. Green flag getting ready to come out. Matt Gruenberg, he has been destroying the field on these restarts so far tonight.
Yeah, Greenberg's been doing a really good job right there behind him, number 28. Joshua Kane working his way up through. Here comes Troy Leonard. Still not into TeamSpeak. Last race of the season. I was kind of hoping to have him here tonight, Chris. But right now sitting in third, Jeff Price in the 39th, fourth. Rounding out that top 5 with 27, Andrew Beat.
Matt Gruenberg up front, and he has been dominating this race so far. Gruenberg in that 90. He is really, really doing a good job. Joshua Kane sitting in the 28. He's running in second spot right now. Jeff Price right behind him in third. All right, guys, I am not changing another thing. This is it for tonight. I think right now, actually, it's pretty decent. Go figure. I make one little change and it gets okay. Problem is, I think the camera pack is loud in some areas, quiet in others, and it's hard for me to kind of keep up with it. But anyways, Matt Gruenberg up front, doing a good job. He's got a lead, 0.6 of a second, Rick, over Joshua Kane.
Yeah, Kane trying to do whatever he can to get back up to Matt Gruenberg there. Right now, I think if him and Jeffrey Price get together, they could actually probably move it up through.
Troy Leonard sitting in 5th spot, but behind him, it's a battle for 6 between 3 cars. The 78, Adrian Pedro to the outside. James Miller was looking on the inside, fell back in between. The 24 now leading the way on the 09. That's Christopher Tate. Tate looking to take it all over, and he does. Christopher Tate to 6th position. Terry says, don't touch it. I agree, Terry. From what I can hear, it's all sounding about right now. But we do have a battle shaping up here. It's still for 6th place, but maybe just a little further back, because the 09 has 7th spot. Adrian Pedro just gave it up. Pedro couldn't hold on the outside. He falls in line behind the 09. And James Miller, the season champion, already crowned just by showing up tonight. Actually, Rick, he won it last week.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that earlier in the broadcast there when I was still working. Miller doing a really good job this season, Chris. Very consistent. He won last season also, so the back-to-back. And we're under caution.
Under caution one more time. It looks like it may have been Jeffrey Fisher. We're going to go back and take a peek. What happened? So we're watching the 06. That's Jeffrey Fisher, who another one of those guys that had to go and change his number on the very last race of the season. The 06, Jeffrey Fisher. He's on the outside of the 50. That's Sam Garcia. They get together. And they get together again, and Fisher hard into the wall. The outside retaining wall takes a nose off from the 06. And Jeffrey Fisher spins it back around, and that is what got out that car. So we are under caution once again here, Rick. It's lap number 69 being worked, and Matt Gruenberg getting set to lead all of the cars that are on the lead lap down pit road. He's certainly working that pit road tonight. Matt Gruenberg has been pretty much unstoppable all night long. Joshua Kane right behind him as they come down pit road, followed by Jeffrey Price. Andrew Beach in the 27 running fourth. Troy Leonard in the multicolored Diet Coke machine running in 5th spot. Christopher Tate in the 24 running 6. James Miller in the 09 running in 8th position. And Adrian Pedra running in, Miller is running 7th. Pedra is running 8th. Leosardo running 9th as they come down pit road. Pit stops in the works right now, and we're back on the race leader. Right sides are up, and then the left sides will go as 4 tires and fuel is the call here on lap 70 of 130. And Matt Gruenberg looks like he's going to win the battle off of pit road once again. So Gruenberg back out on track. Joshua Kane in the 28 going to resume second spot. Jeff Price looks like he came back out in third. Christopher Tate, 4th position. Troy Leonard in 5th. The more things change, Rick, the more they stay the same here tonight.
Absolutely right, Kristen. Looks like we have 2 cars that have left the racing service. They're done for the night. The number 5, Zachary Taylor, actually had. He sent me a message, said if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. He actually pulled out a piece of his equipment and it stopped working. So the 5 car retired for the night, done for the season. And Nate Stewart earlier obviously had to go do some personal things there. So the 13 is out there right now.
Batman right there, Matt Gruenberg, is the race leader. His fast lap of the night, Rick, a 31.394. So a pretty darn good pace here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Gruenberg really trying to put it down. Rick, I've noticed one big change here in the track, and it's the temperature. Down to 81 degrees here in Miami.
Yeah, when we started this race, it was really up there, Chris. So definitely it has fallen down a little bit. 81 degrees. That ambient air temperature still sitting at 76 degrees. Wind out of the southeast, 9 miles per hour. So that's something that we talked about throughout the season. You know, these guys, if the track changes even just a degree or two, it really upsets the cars, and it takes a while for these guys. So for these big swings, you know, it puts a lot of things in the driver's hands.
It really does. The 50 out in front of the leader, Samuel Garcia. He is on the tail end of the lead lap. He's going to go by the pace car to pick up the tail end of the lead lap here as soon as the pace car lights go off. Then you've got Derek Garrison. Garrison is on pit road. Heavy damage to the 11 car. Garrison trying to get it fixed up. Goes down a lap, maybe 2 here, as he is still on pit road, and they cross the start-finish line to make it 2 laps for Garrison. 50 if Samuel Garcia goes around the pace car. He's going to pick up the tail end of the lead lap cars. And Matt Gruenberg and Joshua Kane will make up that front row. Gruenberg holding on to that top spot and decides to start on the top spot on the track. Well, I thank you, Skittles. I think once we got all the bugs finally worked out, I don't know where those bugs came from. My goodness. What a rough night. There was a time I couldn't control. Then Rick, and then, anyway. Race car lights are off. Gruenberg, still your race leader. He has been dominating this entire race. He's by far led the most laps. 28 Joshua Kane would like to try and get a really good restart here, but Gruenberg has had everybody's numbers when it's come to restarting this car. Watch how quickly he picks up the accelerator. If he does it like he has been, pace car off. Gruenberg already on the accelerator pedal. Green flag is out. We're back under the green. This has been an incredible race, but Gruenberg has been just dominating the field on these restarts, and that really goes a long way, Rick, in holding on to the lead.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, he does a really good job there with the restart, Chris. I mean, Joshua Kane tried really hard there in the number 28. Just wasn't able to get it just as fast as that 90 car, but right now, Joshua Kane trying to look down there. He's running a little low. Definitely different lines here for a little bit as Kane finally moves up to the outside there, trying to find that lane that Matt Gruenberg is running.
He's cars getting around the track here, and Bloomberg leading the way. Already, he's got a 0.4 of a second gap over the 28 car of Joshua Kane. And Christopher Tate really doing a good job tonight right now, running in third spot. That 24 looking good all night long. Andrew Beach in the 27. He is running fourth spot. In the 39 of Jeff Price is running in the top 5. Here comes James Miller, season champion, looking to try and win this one, just to kind of tell everybody, look, this is why I was the champion. But a top 5 finish certainly would also demonstrate that, Rick, as he's just been captain consistent all season long.
Yeah, every race there, Miller just does exactly what we're seeing now, Chris. I mean, we're on lap 75 right now of this championship race here at Homestead, Miami. But, you know, this is where Miller starts putting it on. You know, he runs in the mid-pack most of the race, and then he starts working his way up through. He's one of the guys, too, that saves that pass repair. So, you know, coming up, there's a little bit of damage right now on the 09, but it's not really hampering him that much. As it looks like the 45, Troy Leonard looking on the inside there of Mr. Miller right now. These guys have been battling it out all season here through the chase and doing a good job. But this is where we're going to see Miller. He's going to start working and picking his way up towards the front, Chris. So I don't think it's going to be too many more laps before we see him actually start running for the lead.
Yeah, Troy Leonard was taking a look to the inside. Didn't have enough, though, and he falls back behind the 09. So Troy Leonard sitting in 7th position, going back one more spot into 8th. It's Adrian Pedra. Pedra, just a few weeks ago, won his race, and man, he had a really, really dominant car at that race tonight. He's sitting in 8th spot. Jeffrey Fisher is running behind him. He's running in 9th spot is Fisher, and that 06 car. And man, it's going to take me a little while to get used to that. That should be the 60, as far as I know. Louis Sardo, he has been up front for some of the race tonight, but there's damage on the 18, and he is kind of just driving it. He does round out the top 10. So Louis Sardo, top 10 car in the 18. Thomas Wagner in the 43, running in 11th spot right now. And Wagner has had kind of an up and down night, but right now running in 11th. Doesn't seem to have a lot of damage to the car, though it may be off pace just a little bit at the moment. We saw Samuel Garcia go around the pace car to pick up the tail end of the lead lap, and right now he's running in 12th position, kind of by himself. He's got about an 8-second gap between himself and 11th place Thomas Wagner. So Garcia has the speed, has a good looking clean car, just can't seem to get it going right now. And here comes Matt Grunberg, the race leader, getting ready to put him down a lap one more time. So the 50, Samuel Garcia, now goes down a lap again after just receiving the lucky dog. And Grunberg, he is stretching that lead, Rick. It's 1.8 seconds right now. Matt Grunberg really is taking off now. Christopher Tate in the 24 is taking over second spot from Joshua Kane. Kane right behind him in the 28 machine. And Kane looking to try and maybe take it back. He drops down to the inside. Joshua Kane has a run on the inside, going down into the turn. They're side by side, no door action whatsoever. They stay off of each other just fine. Christopher Tate maybe stepped up the track just a little bit. He was able to hold on to momentum, takes the spot back. And Joshua Kane has to reset, do it one more time on his iBuyPower number 28 Ford Mustang. Andrew Beach watching it all happen out of the windshield. Beach running in 4th spot right now. Andrew Beach, kind of an up and down night himself there, but right now the Dale juice is flowing, and he is running in 4th spot. Last week he had a top 3 finish. Jeff Price in the number 39, running in 5th spot. He's being followed by the 45 of Troy Leonard in 6th position. The 09 series champion this year is running in 7th position. That's James Miller with Adrian Pedra right behind him. Jeffrey Fisher, Louis Sardo rounding out the top 10. And Matt Grunberg's lead now, Rick, 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, Grunberg has that 90 on rails, Chris, exactly doing exactly what he wants it to do. And really nobody can touch him right now.
No, he really can't be touched. And Christopher Tate He's trying everything he can, but that gap just seems to be extending out just a little bit as we're working at lap number 83 of 130. A good long green flag run here out of the Relentless Racing Series. And these guys really putting on a show here tonight on a Friday. Thank you all for showing up here on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch a little racing and end your work week. Hopefully you don't have to work tomorrow. I know, well, I do, actually, Rick.
Yep, you do, and I gotta do some mowing at work, but probably only till Sunday.
An early happy birthday to your wife. She is completing another year around the sun tomorrow, so you better not go to work. That'd be a bad idea.
Well, you know, unfortunately right now, he has a little bit of a sore throat and a summer cold going on, so not going to be too fun tomorrow, but we're going to make the best of it.
There you go, Joshua Kane in the 28. Down below the 24, Christopher Tate, this is for position 2. Joshua Kane reset, and he found a way around Tate now. Joshua Kane with some momentum, heading up toward the second spot, and took it over. The gap to the race leader, 3.9 seconds. Gruenberg putting on a clinic tonight. And man, what a clinic. Gruenberg has just been on fire all race long, and it doesn't seem to want to end here as the battle may be shaping up again for second spot. As Tate now to the inside. Tate, Kane, door to door, going down the backstretch, now into turn 3. Christopher Tate taking over the position that he just lost from Joshua Kane. That inside line, maybe a little bit quicker around those corners, and then it's out to the wall on the front and back stretch. Matt Gruenberg doing a good job out there. 4.2 seconds is the gap back to second spot. Christopher Tate and Kane putting on a show out there for second spot. Troy Leonard is actually starting to join the party though. Troy Leonard getting closer and closer. If you look right there, you can see third place and second place right there. Troy Leonard, man, if he wins and he's not on TeamSpeak, Rick, you're going to be really disappointed.
I will be very, very disappointed. I will not lie about that.
Troy Leonard looking to maybe put Joshua Kane on task as the 28 getting a mirror full of Diet Coke. And Troy Leonard really trying to find a way there. He is using that low line, and he has been for most of the race, doing a fantastic job down there. And here comes Troy Leonard. Leonard door to door with a 28 of Joshua Kane heading into turn number 1. Can Troy Leonard take over third spot? He has by just a nose. Kane fights back on the outside. Joshua Kane will not be stopped. He wants third spot. And Troy Leonard's going to have to reset and figure it out because Joshua Kane running that outside line almost perfectly as the temperature falls yet again, Rick, down to 80 degrees now.
Yeah, another degree down, Chris. Now, you know, Joshua Kane doing everything that he possibly can there in that 28 to keep Troy Leonard back there. I mean, Kane has worked very hard to get to the third position right now. He started this race in 15, and you know, he doesn't want to give that up. Doesn't want to give it up easy. I mean, it's hard to try to track down Matt Gruenberg. These guys are giving it one heck of a shot there. You know, Christopher Tate in the 24 has been working on it lap after lap, but right now Joshua Kane's trying to hold off that 45 as the 45 goes down into the low side of the track. They're going to kind of slide up here about a half a lane down. And then he gets even, then he goes and tries to do it again as they come into the turns. Now the 24 is there. Christopher Tate under pressure from the 28, and here comes the 45.
Yeah, these guys not going to be happy unless they're going 3 wide, it seems. But Joshua Kane couldn't quite make the pass, and that may open up the door for Troy Leonard. Leonard just kind of holding back now down to the inside. Troy Leonard looking to the inside. And Kane gets tight, scrapes the wall. That should be enough to let Leonard by. It does. And here comes the 39 of Jeff Price to pay. Ooh, the 28 scrubbed some speed on the wall, and he got past hard. Troy Leonard and Jeff Price able to get by. And Christopher Tate watching all of that. And here's rearview mirror, the 24. trying to separate himself a little bit, but that gap just 0.2 of a second back to Troy Leonard. Leonard really fired it up tonight, doing a good job. I know he's not drinking decaf.
No, definitely no decaffeinated there. I mean, I bet you I actually have one here, my orange vanilla Coke Zero tonight, but you know, we're having a good time there. And Troy Leonard, he is definitely on fire right now, running that Coca-Cola machine up into third place right now. Jeffrey Price trying to catch up to him there in that 39. I mean, like you said earlier, Chris, when Joshua Kane scrubbed the ball a little bit, 39 was right there and able to take over that spot there and move into fourth.
So Jeffrey Price sitting in fourth spot, Joshua Kane right behind him. Kane, who just a moment ago battling with Christopher Tate for second spot, now finds himself in fifth. James Miller about a second behind. James Miller running in sixth position. He is going to be the series champion this year. And James Miller currently running in sixth position. Andrew Beach in the 27, sipping on that Dale juice, getting around this big Homestead Miami Speedway. Andrew Beach looking to try and be a contender at the end of this one. The 18, that's Louis Asardo. He came down pit road about a lap ago. He's got fresh tires on there, maybe quick because of them, but with the body damage, may, you know, aerodynamically, he's not getting around these cars. This is all fresh tire out of the 18 as Louis Asardo gets around and starts moving forward. He is down 2 laps because of his pit stop, but right now, one of the faster cars on track with those fresh tires. Speaking of fast cars on track, this guy right here, Matt Gruenberg, 7.15 second lead over second place, Christopher Tate. And Gruenberg has been doing it all night long. He has been racing out of his mind tonight. Gruenberg, definitely your race leader. He has led a ton of laps here tonight. Chris Tate still holding on to second spot with Troy Leonard right behind him. Jeff Price right there as well. We'll throw Joshua Kane back in the mix. It's going to be a 4-car battle for second spot. Oh, 45, Troy Leonard peels off. He's coming down pit road for what will be his final stop of the race. So this is one thing we hadn't talked about, Rick. They were going to have to stop, and it looks like the 45 is going to make that call right now, coming down pit road.
I mean, these guys have been putting on a good race all night long here, Chris. I mean, championship race, these guys came out here, wanted to show what they actually have. And this has been one of the best races so far. I mean, we had a lot of good racing this season. It was a long season. We started, like I said, back in January, and here we are now in July. And these guys are really putting on a good show. I mean, these green flag runs have been outstanding. Troy Leonard definitely out there. He got tires and a full tank of Sunoco racing fuel. He's coming back out in the racing purpose.
Matt Gruenberg, your race leader. He's been out there for 28 laps. We're starting to see those green flag pit stops happen. And the question becomes, how much longer can he go before he starts losing too much time on track? Troy Leonard only lost a lap coming down pit road. So that was a very quick stop for him. Troy Leonard in a pretty good position right now to try and win this one. He does have a couple of drivers just ahead of him. Christopher Tate is also on pit road, actually off pit road now, but he has come down and, oh no, he's in his pit stall. Holy cow. Okay, he's in his pit stall. So Tate now behind Troy Leonard and following. So let me go through this scoring real quick here as it's updating. Top 6 drivers on the track have not come down pit road. That's Gruenberg, Jeff Price, James Miller running in 3rd, Joshua Kane running 4th, Andrew Beach in 5th, and Jeffrey Fisher. And the 90 starts conserving fuel. You can hear it out of the motor. He is definitely in fuel conservation mode. Continuing on the list now. These drivers have come down pit road. It's Sam Garcia in the 50, Troy Leonard, Adrian Pedra, and Christopher Tate have all come down pit road. Louis Asardo, we saw him come down pit road about 7 laps ago. So this is all starting to work out, but the 90 is definitely in conserve mode as he may be running out of fuel. Look at that, 2,000 RPMs, back up into 7,000, working his way to 8,000 RPM, but he is feathering that thing, trying to get through. Ooh, Rick, I believe the leader may be out of fuel.
I believe if he's not out, he's definitely very low, Chris. He is coming down pit road right now. He was definitely in fuel conservation mode. He had enough of a lead where he could actually do that, but thinking, okay, now it's time to maybe give it up a little bit and come down for some tires and Sunoco racing fuel and see what we can do for the end of the race.
How much time has he lost on track? That's going to be the question we have yet to answer. Jeff Price also coming down pit road. Hard on the brakes is Price. Andrew Beach hard on the brakes coming in. These guys trying to fly on track. So Troy Leonard, who was on pit road just 4 laps ago, trying desperately to make up all the time he can. He knows this is the time he can do it. He's got fresh tires. Everybody else ahead of him is on pit road. Gruenberg, Price, Beach, we're watching them as they get service. Troy Leonard marching his way around the track, trying to see if these fresh tires will do their job and get him out in front of somebody here. Troy Leonard right now being scored in second. Now first spot. Troy Leonard, your new race leader. Troy Leonard is your race leader, Rick. It's Diet Cokes for everyone if he wins.
I'll go to the store and I'll even buy him.
Holy cow. I believe that was all on pit strategy. Troy Leonard came in about 5 laps ago. He had those fresh tires. He was motoring around this track very, very quickly. And now he finds himself as the race leader. And you know what? Matt Gruenberg, 3.6 seconds behind him. James Miller was able to come out in 3rd spot. Joshua Kane 4th. Adrian Pedra out there running in 5th spot. Jeff Price in 6th. Andrew Beach is falling to 7th spot. Christopher Tate hit a big snag on pit road, was in his pit stall for almost 30 seconds. He comes back out in 8th position. So a big hit on pit road for the 24 car. But the man right now with the perfect pit road strategy is Troy Leonard, as Leonard leads this one, and he's got a 2.5 second lead over Matt Gruenberg, although that time may be starting to shrink, as already it's down to 2.38. Troy Leonard topping into turn number 1, trying not to save a single thing, and that includes those 4 tires underneath the car. Now is the time to go, and you have to hold on for an entire run of fuel and tires. Troy Leonard in a good spot to try and win this one. 26 laps to go here in Homestead, Miami Speedway. Rick, there's one thing more that we're going to do tonight with 26 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line. I know you weren't around for the last one, so we're going to do it again. We're going to have to crank it up. So under that crank it up, Rick, we have a new race leader. Matt Gruenberg wasted no time to catch and pass Troy Leonard. Leonard now 2.2 seconds behind the race leader, Matt Gruenberg. In third spot, Rick, it's the 09 of James Miller. Joshua Kane picking up fourth spot in the 28. Jeffrey Price rounding out the top 5.
You know, that was one thing that I was kind of worried about, Chris. I was like, boy, how long can Troy Leonard hang on? I mean, obviously with the fresh tires, very easy to get around here, but the tires do fall off pretty quick. Matt Gruenberg came down, did what he had to do. He got his service, got his tires. He came back out. And I mean, Gruenberg hasn't been around much this season. I know he had some stuff going on there in the personal life. So it's good to see him back out there, but he's definitely making up for lost time right now and showing these guys how to get around Homestead, Miami. As the sun's starting to set, man, it is looking beautiful on the track. You get that sun glaring off those cars. A lot of those paint schemes, including the number 90, given thanks to us here at Turn 3 Racing Network, guys. We really do appreciate everybody out there in Turn 3 Racing Network land on YouTube. We appreciate you hanging out with Chris and I and the guys from the Relentless Racing Series here on this Friday night. I know it's summer and Friday nights are usually kind of hard, so we really do totally appreciate you guys coming out here and supporting us, supporting the Relentless Racing guys. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up for these guys. This is their championship race. The champion has already been crowned. It's James Miller once again, second season in a row where he has pulled that off. But these guys putting on one heck of a show here tonight, Chris. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad we got the issues figured out. And I'm glad everybody out there in chat, we really do appreciate it. I mean, Terry Foster from the Blazing Pedals guys, he's out here. Skittles, you know, I know that Haley and Fish Scott's out there. Everybody watching, Marquis Smith, good to see you out there from Matty G. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. It's been a long season, but a great season, Chris.
Yeah, very, very long season. No doubt about that, Rick, and you touched on it already. With 17 laps to go, the sun is starting to set, not just on Homestead Miami Speedway, but on this series, as this is the final race of the season. Track temperature down to about 78 degrees, wind still blowing hard at about 9 miles an hour, and James Miller is going to be the season 2 champion of the Relentless Racing Series. James Miller, back-to-back champion, but he's got Troy Leonard, Matt Gruenberg in front of him. Troy Leonard trying to hold on for a second-place finish, but that is the car just ahead of the one we're looking at now, the 09. James Miller trying to catch him and maybe finish in second spot here tonight. 15 laps to go now, Rick. And, man, again, you touched on this too. A bunch of cars out there with a thank you Turn 3 Racing Network on the hoods, and guys, we really do appreciate it. The last 2 races have not been the smoothest here on the network, but we are definitely figuring it out right now. I think we're sounding pretty okay, and hey, we even got Rick's voice so that it doesn't sound like it's over modulated, so we're definitely heading in the right direction. A little bit more fine tuning, Rick, and I think we're going to be absolutely perfect.
I think you're absolutely right. Over. No, I had to do it at least. That's right.
Has to play with the toys. I'll give you that one, bud. You know, it's been a long night. It's been a long season. I'll give you a little bit of fun right there. In fact, I think maybe you should do an interview with somebody.
With a megaphone?
With the megaphone.
I might have to do that. I mean, you know, it could sound kind of, but you know, I think it's going to be okay. Gotta love new toys, folks. We got, you know, Chris and I, the stuff that we do here, we want to make the best broadcast that we possibly can for guys at Relentless and all the other leagues that we take care of. So we put some money into our systems. We are working out the bugs. Eventually, we're going to get everything down. I mean, it's a lot more things. I mean, if you've never broadcasted before, you don't know. I mean, you don't want to see Chris's 3 screens right now. He could actually use probably about another 3 more. And but we have a lot of fun. And again, to all these guys out there with the Turn 3 Racing Network, thank yous out there on their hood. I want to say thank you to Relentless. I mean, it's been a great season and a lot of fun. And Chris and I really do, you know, we're gonna enjoy a couple of Friday nights off, I'm sure. But you know, it's really helped us because, you know, Chris and I, we say it multiple times on every broadcast that we do. We have one of the best schedules. You know, we do some Wednesday night stuff, usually with Racing for a Cause. And so that gets us through that hump day of the week, and then we end the week here with Relentless, and then Sunday nights with the Blazing Pedal CRJ karting guys on Sunday nights. So we end the weekend and start our week on a good note, and we really do appreciate it.
Speaking of Wednesday nights, Rick, and I know you said normally it's with the RFC guys, but starting next week, it looks like we might be taking on last 6 races of another league right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network every Wednesday night. At least until Racing for a Cause starts up, then we'll take those over. The venerable Roger Muth will then take over the other league, and we'll be ready to roll once again.
And we've been really blessed here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, Chris. We're picking up a lot of work, showcasing a lot of great talent out there. And honestly, I mean, I watched a lot of broadcasts in my day, Chris, and, we really have some of the best leagues out there that have come to us. They trust us with the content, and we really do appreciate it. It's great.
So the 09 James Miller, your champion for the season, he's finding himself in 3rd spot, 10 laps to go. And he's got the 45 Troy Leonard. Troy has been really defending really well right up until this point right now, because here comes Miller and he gets around the 45, and the 45 almost looks like he moved over to allow that pass to happen. Troy Leonard, one of the cleanest guys out there. I would not ever hesitate racing side by side with him.
No, a very clean driver, Chris, and very respectful out there on the track. So you're absolutely right.
James Miller now finds himself in 2nd place. He's side by side with the 43. That's Thomas Wagner. Wagner down 3 laps. And Wagner is really, really fast right now. He's got tires that are only about 6 laps old. So he is really moving around this track. Foster.
Chris, we haven't mentioned it yet, but not this Sunday, but next Sunday during the All-Star race, we're going to have a 3rd chair up here in the booth possibly, and that's going to be a good time.
Perry, I hope you dust off the microphone, get ready to go, because next Sunday for the Blazing Pedals All-Star race, you're going to be sitting side by side in the Hammond Hotel, and I'm going to warn you right now, if Rick eats chili, oh Lord.
Oh boy. I'm going to have cold PBRs and Miller Lights for everybody.
Better buy some extra. Matt Gruenberg, your race leader, and he's got 6 more laps to go to prove that he's definitely the most dominant car out there tonight. Gruenberg getting around this track better than anybody else here tonight, and it's shown in the stats. I mean, just unbelievable. He's led, I can't even tell you how many laps. It more than anybody else. And he has opened up a lead once again over 2nd place James Miller. The lead 11 seconds right now. Not bad for a guy who's been kind of part-time this season. Matt Gruenberg getting it done tonight. James Miller running in 2nd spot. The 24, that's Christopher Tate. And Tate right now being scored in 7th spot. He's the last car on the lead lap. And Gruenberg maybe just content to follow him around a little bit, save some of that fuel. It has been kind of a long stretch here for him. It's been 25 laps since the last time he was on pit road. We know Gruenberg, very, very crafty when it comes to fuel conservation. And man, he almost went too far the last time as he was out of fuel coming down pit road, the 90. Right now, I don't think it's going to be a fuel problem that's going to stop him. In fact, Rick, I don't know if there's anything that's going to stop him from winning this one. Gruenberg getting ready to cross the start-finish line, bringing out 3 laps to go. Into turns 1 and 2, Matt Gruenberg goes with 3 laps to go. He's got James Miller 11 seconds behind him. Jeffrey Price putting on a challenge for 2nd spot. Price right behind the 09 of James Miller. Miller trying to defend it. Jeff Price trying to take it away in the last few laps. Price is right there. Oh, did I just say that?
You did.
I did not mean that one at all. 2 laps to go. James Miller defending against Jeff Price. And Jeff Price trying down to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Jeff Price door to door with the 09 of James Miller. Trying to put Miller back one more position. Can he get by with 2 laps to go? Now really about a lap and a third as Jeff Price putting on a show out there for second spot late in this one.
I'm going to give a quick shout out to Jeff Price on number 39, Chris. I'm not sure exactly what this is all about, and I will be checking it out after the broadcast tonight, but he's running a really cool paint scheme, and it's called beneaththeskinonline.org. And on the back of his bumper there, it says, "We need advisors." So folks, maybe check that out and see if there's anything that you can do to maybe help those folks out. That'd be kind of cool.
Matt Grunberg,
Rick,
going across the start-finish line, taking the checkered flag, and that is the end of the race. Jeff Price taking over second spot in the last couple of corners. Jeff Price looking to take second away from James Miller, and he does. James Miller coming in third spot. What a finish for second. What a race all around. This has been an incredible race. Seriously, guys, audio problems aside, we've seen that in the real NASCAR world, but audio problems aside, what a race. What a way to finish the season. Congratulations to Matt Grunberg, Jeff Price, and James Miller for your top 3 finishes. Of course, Grunberg with the win. Huge comeback for the 90, making it back here in time to take a win home from Homestead, Miami Speedway. We're going to step away for just a moment, get set for the post-race interviews. Guys, we'll be right back. And here we are back at Homestead, Miami Speedway. And what a race it was, Rick. Just a little bit different. Go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, Price, you got Rick and Chris up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Hey, buddy. Well, number one, congratulations on coming in second here tonight in your number 39 machine. Tell us a little bit about the race.
The beginning, I was getting kind of worried that we were never going to get a green flag run. That's the thing I do the best on. And toward the end there, I seen it kind of coming to fruition. I'm like, I know the 45 doesn't have enough fuel. So I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, we should be good. So, and I get battling with James there. And I was like, it's going to come down to the last lap. He started pushing again real hard, and I got past him, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, you did a good job. Tell me a little bit about the benefit or the cause that's on the side of your car there.
It's a benefit that, long story short, it helps out people with depression. It's mostly women, like especially right after they have their kids and stuff. But they have a lot of problem with their depression and stuff like that. But they it's non-profit, and they
I think we kind of lost you there.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Sorry.
It's called beneaththeskin.org. They do a lot of great things. It's really what it is. They partnered with me for a couple of my other leagues, and I told them about this league, and they said, "Yeah, let's do it." And I wanted to make sure I got in here and put on a good show for them. But they really need advisors to come in to help people who come in to need advice and stuff like that. So you just go to beneaththeskin.org and online.org, sorry, and they it's really awesome.
Well, that is very awesome, man. Well, congratulations once again on coming in at the championship race here at Homestead Miami in second position. Is there anybody on that car you'd like to thank?
Mainly 5-3 Supply. They're a secondary sponsor for this last race, and Beneath the Skin. It really it means a lot to me. I'm a Christian. Their whole base is Christian base, so it's a huge deal to me. So just them two.
Well, that's awesome, buddy. Well, once again, congratulations on coming in second. And if you guys need to or want to, definitely head on over to that website and see if you can help out anyway. I mean, I think that's really cool. I mean, Chris and I, we really love dealing with things with causes, so that was, pretty cool. So congratulations once again, bud.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Jeff Price, driver of the number 14, bringing it home in second spot tonight. And we're going to talk to the race winner here. And we've got Matt Gruenberg. Matt, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy? Matt Gruenberg, driver of the number 90, race winner. Do you have a copy? It's been so long. He got to set up his microphone, I bet. Try it one more time, and then we'll have him. Matt Gruenberg, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy? Right, we'll have to get back to Matt.
Hello?
Oh, there he is. Hey, Matt.
Hello. Yeah, I got a copy.
Oh, you're out of breath. You were scrambling so hard trying to get that mic working, huh?
Yeah, push to talk, and I didn't have a push to talk key. So,
hey, that happens, bud. Listen, you had a hell of a race tonight. You dominated the field. You have a great looking car, by the way.
Thank you.
All kinds of stuff. You come back here for the final race. You dominate the thing. You win the thing. It's gotta feel good to be home, right?
yeah, it was a really fun race. Decided to come back out here for the season conclusion here at Homestead for one last race for the season. And had some trouble making it to races throughout the year, but it's glad to be back. The AV guys gave me an opportunity this week to run a part-time car for them here in the 90, turn 3 on the side. So it was nice to get the turn 3 in victory lane and a win for the AV guys. So,
well, it's been a long time since we've seen you on track, Matt. Are you going to full-time action next season, or?
It's hard to say. I know Fridays are kind of a hard day for me to race every weekend, but we'll try to come back full-time next season if possible. But yeah, I know we had a lot of fun tonight, so we'll try to return.
Hey, bud. Anybody else besides the AV that you need to thank tonight?
I think we got all of our things out earlier in the interview, so I just thank you for you guys broadcasting, and Thomas, James, and Jeffrey for putting on the league, and look forward to next season if it happens, if we can make it.
All right, bud. Matt Gruenberg, driver of the number 90, coming back and winning the race, and what a fantastic show he put on. But he only did it for one race. Rick, we got a guy, he did it all season long, and he came home third place tonight. It's going to be the driver of the 09, James Miller. James, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you guys.
Bud, the one thing you should never do to a broadcaster is change your damn number at the last race of the season.
Just want you guys to get used to it for next season. And I figured with such a nice points lead, I could get away with it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna let you get away with it tonight, and you did end up. Let's face it, you secured the series win last week, but now it's sink in. Plus, you come home third place tonight, and that's really how you did it this year. Very consistent in the top 5, top 3 finishes, a couple of wins in there too. Why don't you tell me how the season went for you?
Yeah, it was just like the first season of just consistency. Just got us a lot of points, and compared to the others who would have good races and then have a really bad race and then a good race and a really bad race. I mean, I had my fair share of bad races, which well, I learned a lot from them of what to do, but kind of wish it didn't happen. But yeah, a lot of good races. Got 3 wins this season. Would have liked to get more. I think that's what I got the first season, so maybe that's a good number to get. But yeah, just kept try to play it consistent. A lot of long run late race strategy. Saving that nice quick repair for the end, and then show up at the end of the race out of nowhere and get an interview. It was always nice.
It's all about the interview. You know, if you're getting interviewed, you're doing well, and you definitely had your share of interviews. You know, like we said, consistency that really paid off for the entire season. And man, what a great season for you. It's been fun to watch the whole thing. You got some congratulations, great jobs going on in chat right now. Anybody out there that you need to thank, bud?
Yeah, just thanks to Jeffrey for bringing me along onto the AV SimSport team, which is now the Avicraft team. You also got to get used to that too. We're just changing it up. I don't like to keep things the same. You know, at the end of last season, changed cars, changed teams, and now changing numbers. It's just like to keep it different. But thanks to Jeff and that team and all my teammates who've been on it. Congratulations to Matt on dominating today. Although it helped with field strategy there. I might have been able to hold Jeff Price off there at the end of that. Just was trying to save fuel to do at least a burnout at the end there. So I didn't fight as hard as I would have liked to, but no, he's got some really great field strategy and tire strategy that I could definitely learn a lot from. But thanks to everyone who's watched the season. Thanks to shout out to Haley Fisher and everyone who watches Jeffrey each week, and I guess since I am part of the team, I'd like to think they're watching me. but just thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast for those people to watch, and for us to go back and see what you have to say about us.
I have a lot to say about you. Some of it even makes it to no, for real. A big congratulations, man. Awesome watching the season really unfold. Of course, we got to watch it last season as well, so it's been pretty cool to watch you really. And keep in mind, I'm saying it one last time: consistency, because consistency in championship. Don't believe me? Look at the driver that we're looking at right now with the shark helmet on. It's James Miller. James, congratulations once again, bud.
Thank you, guys.
And, there's one thing that I want to do, Chris, too. There's kind of a special announcement since Mr. Miller likes to change things up. Well, as a painter, I like to look at the detail of these cars. So here's the special announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, next season, James Miller will not be known as James Miller. He'll be known as the Canadian Goose. Over.
You like that, don't you?
I most certainly do, my friend. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And that's going to do it live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Guys, thank you very much for coming out, man. This has been an incredible season, and it's been a long season, Rick, and we've had each other's back through the whole season. And again, especially here in the last night, it was a challenge, but we got through it, and I think everybody here had a hell of a season. It was so much.
Chris, it really was. And I mean, it's just amazing on how fast these seasons go by through. I mean, I know, when we're running the league, we were talking about this and that, and next thing you know, the weeks just fly by. So it's been really, really nice here with Relentless. Friday nights aren't going to be the same there for a little bit. We'll figure it all out, and we're going to have a good time.
And as the sun continues to set here at Homestead Miami Speedway, it already has on the series. As we say goodbye one last time.
Before you do that,
oh man,
Thomas Wagner would like to come up and talk. I know.
Oh, that really well too.
It
Hey,
was.
Tom.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Thomas Wagner, owner and operator here at the Relentless Racing Series. Tom, how you?
Well, if my car was good, I'd be a lot better. But considering we finished the last race of the season tonight, just wanted to come up and thank everybody for their support, especially between the transition from the last network to Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been smooth. It's been easy. We've had a few bumps this season on the admin side of running the league, and I know for a fact you guys have been the greatest people to broadcast that I've ever had. Really, it means a lot to me to come out here every Friday night. Well, almost every Friday night. I missed 2 races this season, but come out here almost every Friday night, and you guys are always right here, ready to broadcast, and always bring the action straight to us. You guys have done such a great job that I can't express it. These drivers come out every week and put on one hell of a show, and they don't ask anything of us. We don't ask anything of them. We just ask that they show up, and they do it every week, and they bang the doors off and really make our name pretty sticky with the Relentless Racing Series, because these guys are so relentless in their driving. It's amazing. I really thank you guys for coming and doing this every week. I know you guys probably have a lot of things to do. I know, Chris, you're with your new business. You've been busy as hell, and it means a lot to us that you come in here Friday nights and run this after working all week.
Well, Tom, I'm going to be honest with you. When I come on and I say I love to end my work week watching a good race, I absolutely mean it. Nothing better than watching. Nothing better than starting a week watching good. Rick and I are fortunate enough, a couple of leagues that help us to do those things, and we also pick there. But absolutely fantastic season for you guys, and pretty proud to see it come to an end the way it did. It was pretty good, and decent car count tonight too. So things are looking up here for the Relentless Racing Series going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree. Tonight's car count was a little weird. I can't say I was expecting that at all. We got to get Troy Leonard in this booth one time.
I want that. Yeah,
Amen.
Both of us really, really want that. Rick has a running theory, and I'm sure you've heard it if you watch this. But the running theory is he will not finish in the top 3. He will take 4th over finishing the top 3, just so he doesn't have to do an interview.
You might be right on that. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, because there's been a couple times this season where, he just pours it on. Next thing you know, he's running in like 2nd, and he's going for the lead, and then all of a sudden he drops off until 4th, and it's like, wait a minute, why? And then he fights back through, and then as we get closer to the end of the race, he just kind of falls back again. I'm like, he's doing this just so he doesn't have to talk to us, because we've been told many times that Troy Leonard, you hate talking to people. So Troy Leonard, I have Coke, and it's icy cold, and I will give you one if you come up into the booth and talk to us for at least 30 seconds.
Rick, that's pretty good of you.
Well, it might be a half drinking one, but it's be cold.
Thomas, any other words there before we call this one a night?
I don't think so. Just thanks to everybody for coming out.
All right, we're going to try this again as the sun is setting, and it's actually set now here in Homestead, Miami Speedway. That's not the only thing that's set. This season has come to a close. We get ready to go one more time here coming this Sunday night. It's going to be the Blazing Pedals PRJkarting.com Truck Series. And then next Sunday, it's All-Star. We're going to have to get back to everybody. Stay tuned on our Facebook page, guys, for more information. Leagues that are coming and the leagues that are staying. And we don't really get rid of leagues. That's all there is going to be. All right. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy it. Troy.
I like Pepsi too. So if you want some mango Pepsi, it's made with real mango juice. I have some of those too.
Don't get Rick started on the. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, all. Thank you, Thomas.